There's a set going strong, a lot of things going on. The man of the hour has an air of great power. The dudes have envied him for so long. Oh, Superfly, you're gonna make your fortune by and by. But if you lose, don't ask no questions why. The only game you know is do or die. Hard to understand. But a weakness was shown, cause his hustle was wrong. His mind was his own, but the man lived alone. Ooh, Superfly, you're gonna make your fortune by and by. But if you lose, don't ask no questions why. The only game you know is do or die. The game he plays for keys. Hustling times in ghetto streets, trying to get over. That's what he's trying to do, y'all. Taking all that he can take, gambling with the odds of fate, trying to get over, trying to get over, trying to get over. Trying to get over. Ooh, Superfly. The aim of his role was to move a lot of blow. Ask him his dream, what does it mean? He wouldn't know. Can't be like the rest, is the most he'll confess. But the time's running out and there's no happiness. Ooh, Superfly, you're gonna make your fortune by and by. But if you lose, don't ask no questions why. The only game you know is do or die. Superfly.
everywhere. And she told me it can break your heart and put you in misery. Since I met this little woman, I feel it's happened to me, and I'm telling you, it's too late. Found myself phoning her at least 10 times a day. You know, it's so unusual for me to carry on this way. I tell you, I can't sleep at night, wanting to hold her tight. I've tried so hard to convince myself that this feeling just can't be right. And I'm telling you, it's too late to turn back now. I believe I'm falling in love. It's too late to turn back now. I believe I'm falling in love. It's too late to turn back, baby. I believe I'm alright. It's too late, baby. I believe I'm
Good. Here we go. Ready? Totally terrific twist. Titty tie turkey taco token tunes timeline Tuesday morning. Everybody. Good morning, man bear.
Nice. A totally terrific twist. Titty tie turkey taco token tunes Tuesday. Last of the month too.
The last. Yeah, we're down to. Well, I'll say how many songs we have tonight. How are you this morning, man bear?
I'm good. I've been up for a while. I've been chilling, listening to the birds chirp. So check this out. Cool, random Canadian fact. There was blue sky at 2:48 a.m.
Damn. It was dark here and storming. I hope everybody's off to a wonderful Tuesday morning. Get some sunrise action and cheers. Cheers.
Yes. Ooh, where are we this morning?
Miami.
Oh, nice.
Welcome to Miami.
I know, right? Every time I hear the word Miami.
Hey, good morning, Brother Boxman. I hope you were having a wonderful morning at work, sir.
Good morning, Kay. Hope you're having a good Tuesday. Start to your Tuesday, you know what I mean.
Good morning, Ma. How are you, dear? I hope you were having a wonderful morning.
Good morning, Brittany. Hope you're having a good start to your day as well.
Good morning, Ash. How are you? I hope you are having a wonderful morning.
Good morning, CJ. How are you doing on this fine Tuesday? It's getting warmer.
Good morning, Vicki. How are you? I hope you are having a wonderful start to your Tuesday. Hope everybody's off to a wonderful morning. Should we do some waking and some baking, Mander?
We do. I've got my nuclear sour diamonds ready to go. THCA diamonds. Yeah, right. Just the name alone's like, okay, I gotta try at least. You know what I mean? When you hear the name, you're like, yeah. But yeah, we should bake and wake. Yeah.
Let's wake and bake. I got the rest of the Getting Stoned words out. We got Boxman with Getting, K with Stone, Ma with Again, Britt with, Ash with My, CJ with Only, and Vicky with Friends. And cheers, everybody.
There's something happening here. What it is ain't exactly clear. There's a man with a gun over there, telling me I got to beware. I think it's time we stop, children. What's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. Battle lines being drawn. Nobody's right if everybody's wrong. Young people speaking their minds are getting so much resistance from behind. Time we stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. What a field day for the heat. 1,000 people in the street, singing songs and a carrying signs. Mostly say hooray for our side. It's time we stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. Strikes deep into your life, it will creep. It starts when you're always afraid. Step out of line, the man come and take you away. We better stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. Stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going. We better stop now. What's that sound? Everybody look what's going. We better stop. Children, what's that sound?
Yeah, that is such a good song.
Oh, how could you not be in a good mood starting your day with something like that?
Yeah, I've been very much in a oldies theme, I guess, the last few days. Been jamming to a lot of Cornelius Brothers, Temptations, Aaron Neville.
You know what's really cool about the missus and I is we had
everything. But go ahead.
No, but I mean we had different generational guardians. So like for her parents, they were a lot younger than my guardians, right? So their musical influence was a lot of the hippie music in the 60s and 70s, you know. But for me, I got more of the classical music, the you know what I mean, like the opera. I love the three tenors growing up, you know, and I went to Phantom of the Opera, like the play Phantom of the Opera. I loved it. It was beautiful. And
I was the Phantom of the Opera.
But you know what I mean, though, like
yeah.
Even as a child, you know, I loved it, and I learned to love things like the Gypsy Kings. You know what I mean, and stuff like that, right? And here's a fun fact: my wife actually knows. This is actually an odd fact. One of the ex-wives of one of the Gypsy Kings, randomly.
So if this is dope because it's actually not AI, it's a live band. But if classical music was samba, ready?
Yes. Let's go.
That's so great.
It is, but honestly, I was waiting for Tony Bennett to come out and serenade me. Just me, I'm saying. Good evening. You know what I'm talking about, Beans? Like, were you not waiting for Tony Bennett or what's that other guy's name? That other guy who sings the Forbidden song?
Oh, yeah. Same band. Here's another one.
Pardon? Go.
Yes, let's go.
I'm getting a strong Star Wars Cantina vibe. Right? Anyone else? Play it again. I'm telling you, man, Obi-Wan Kenobi is celebrating somewhere to that. Okay, like he just won. Happy 420.
Happy 420, everybody. Cheers, cheers.
Whoa.
You good, remember? Okay. Happy 420, cheers!
Smoke weed every day.
again with my only friend, getting stoned again with my only friend.
Hey, I get it, Vicki. Much love. Have a wonderful day. Appreciate you popping in this morning.
Oh,
Man, Bear, breathe, bro.
yeah. No. Breathe
Okay.
well, lungs well without what? Huh? When we go live?
So there's nothing better than a good marching band. That's my opinion. I don't know.
Oh.
If you disagree, then you're probably wrong.
What's that one? The remix of that marching band did of Des Muerte.
Is it this marching band though? Well, the best marching band in my opinion is still Ohio State.
It was just a remix, and they just did a show in an open square with a bunch of people standing around them, and it was an EDM remix.
Okay, this has got to be the band that you're talking about. Are you ready?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
There's another one though where they're just in this square. I can't remember what song it is, but it's killing me.
Is that the band though?
Yeah, that is the band, but they're in a square and it's so epic.
It is.
Oh my god.
Mute, M-E-U-T-E. I could be saying that wrong.
Yes. Yeah, it's M-E-U-T-E. Yeah, that one's crazy, dude. They go off. The percussion and the horn section of that is absolutely like mind melting. Like you need to speaker it up. You need to not do anything. If someone interrupts you, you need to backhand them. That kind of music, you know, when you're like, just don't interrupt me.
Just yeah.
Don't kill my vibe.
Just don't kill my vibe.
I know, I didn't want to say it. I don't want to say it. That's exactly what I was thinking. That's so isn't that horrible how the mind works?
Yeah, we've been working with each other for too long, man, Bear. I think we might need to take a break.
I know, right?
We'll be taking the next 2 weeks off for personal separation reasons.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. The same thing.
Oh, man. We do have some Vicki B coming up this morning.
Nice.
We'll play a song we haven't played in a very long time. Man, Bear, say the words.
Do something nice for a stranger.
Day to spread a little light, do something kind, make the world feel right. From the Rockies to the lakes, the northern sky so blue, we've got the heart and soul to see it through. Do something nice for a stranger today. A smile, a helping hand goes a long way. In this great big world, be the best you can. Man, there's messages clear, lend a hand. Be yourself, cause no one else can be. You're one of a kind, a rarity. Do something nice, make someone's day. Man, there's wisdom lighting the way. From the maple leaf to snowy peaks, spreading kindness in every word we speak. Stay lifted, stay positive, let the good vibes flow. Be the change in the world that we all want to know. The great white north, where the spirit's strong, where kindness echoes like a favorite song. Hold the door, share a laugh, lend a helping hand. We're all in this together, walking the same land. Grab your toque and your boots, show the world your heart. Every little gesture's where the good things start. Be true to yourself and let the kindness shine. With every step you take, you're on Man Bear's line. Be yourself, cause no one else can be. You're one of a kind, a rarity. Do something nice, make someone's day. Man Bear's wisdom lighting the way. From the maple leaf to the snowy peaks, spreading kindness in every word we speak. Stay lifted, stay positive, let the good vibes flow. Be the change in the world that we all want to know. So wave that red and white, let the love flow free. We're stronger together, it's our legacy. Man, let's just keep going, lift up and inspire yourself and chase your heart's desire. Cause no one else can be. You're one of a kind, a rarity. Do something nice, make someone's day. Man, there's wisdom lighting the way. From the maple leaf to the snowy peaks, spreading kindness in every word we speak. Stay lifted, stay positive, let the good vibes flow. Be the change in the world that we all want to know. Your guide, with Man Bear's message right by your side. Do something kind, let your true self shine. The world needs you, one day at a time.
Hey, good morning, Nate Dog.
What's going on, man?
Good morning, Luann. Good morning, Angela. I hope everybody's having a wonderful Tuesday morning. I was just talking to somebody about the Gateway to the West Arch yesterday, Luann. Definitely check that out. That's very cool. Do you know what I'm talking about, Man Bear? The big-ass arch in St. Louis?
Yes.
Oh, by the way, before we Vicki B, check out my shirt.
Oh, shit. Nice.
That's it. Much love, Mama Beanz. Thank you for your shirt. It's such a good song.
Man. You know, and you know what? You know what's so good about the songs from that era alone was the fact that there was no auto tune, and it was literally just, you know, people in studios recording music, hanging out, and like we need more of that. You know what I mean? Like just people in studios getting stuff done. Like I love that,
So do you know the beginning of I can't remember, but Eminem's "Hi kids, you like violence?"
Yeah.
So I guess Dr. Dre just threw a beat on, and he just started rapping, and Dr. Dre was like, "What the fuck?" And like Eminem was like, "I don't care. I just knew I had to impress him."
Yeah.
And so when I heard the beat, it just clicked, and I just started going. And so that whole song was fairly improvised.
I think he would have had me when he said, "Do you want me to stick 9-inch nails through each one of my eyelids?" I was like, "Yo."
Yeah, such a ridiculous. I love that song.
But like,
that will not be our song of the day today, unless Vicki B.
No. I'm just saying, like, I get it, but like at the same time, a lot of people were like, "What is he doing?" Like, it was good, but then it was like, to me, like, Weird Al Yankovic, right? I honestly thought Eminem was mocking hip hop when he came in. Like, I'm not even trying to be funny. I thought he was like trying to goof on it. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't. And then I saw Dr. Dre. Like, then I seen him running on the beach in the fucking Still Dre video. Anyone remember that Eminem's actually in the Still Dre video? And he's running on the beach in his boxers in the fucking Dr. Dre Still Dre video.
I loved that. Like, that era of music was very like people. There was no middle ground. It was either like that's so great or that's garbage. That's disgusting garbage.
Yeah,
and I was like, it's kind of both. It's great, disgusting garbage. I love it.
You gotta understand between like say like 1990 and 2010, the amount of music that came out. It's probably a little bit more music than some other eras because there's so many artists.
How much music came out?
Well, so much music was inspired by the previous eras. I mean, like, damn, man. When you start listening to interviews now, I'm sorry, and I referenced it a lot, is Dave Grohl's interview with Pharrell Williams, how he talks about he took his drum beats from the Gap Band and, disco, like, and like how, and then everyone's like, wait, what? Like, I'm not a great drummer. Like, I just found a good beat. But that's music, though. Like, he's not even, I don't feel like he's cheesing out, though. You know what I mean?
Bill.
Come on, Bill. Do you know what I mean about him not really cheesing out? He's just kind of finding something that fits.
Yeah.
But all music comes from somewhere is what I was getting at. Sorry.
You're good. All right, Vicki B, what do you got for us on this dope-ass Timeline Tuesday, Token Tunes Tuesday morning? Nice. Timeline Token Tunes Tuesday morning. We'll figure it out. Here we go. It's a work in progress.
Welcome back. Today we'll wrap up our discussion of the days of the week with Sunday. We'll talk about a soon-to-be U.S. state, a daring performer, a stunning glacial valley, a singer-songwriter, a song and a quote. Now, for the rest of this week and possibly longer, I may be off camera, may have minimal editing on these videos or bring you reruns. We have some things we need to deal with here at the Bowers homestead. Looks like it's going to take a bit of time and attention to get settled. That said, grab your favorite cuppa, settle in, and let's have a look. Hi there, and welcome to This Day in History for June 30th. June 30th is the 181st day of the year in the Gregorian calendar, 182nd in leap years, with 184 days remaining to the end of the year. Today we're talking about Sunday. Sunday was originally, and still is in some cultures, the first day of the week, and is named after the sun, whether represented by the actual astronomical sun or the Roman god Sol Invictus, who was represented as wearing his sun crown and driving a horse-drawn carriage through the sky, or the Greek god Apollo, who was about sun, light, prophecy, philosophy, truth, logic, inspiration, music, poetry, the arts, purification, medicine, and healing, among quite a few other things. Those all sound like Sunday things to me. In the Germanic languages, Sunday is the day of the sun, as in English, German, and Dutch. And in the Romance languages, Sunday is the day of the Lord. Sunday, in any particular language, may be named after the sun or the Lord, or may be numbered, usually if it's considered the first day of the week in a particular culture or language. There are a few cultures who base their naming of the days of the week on completely different mythology or tradition, such as the Yoruba, who call Sunday Oja Aiku, which means the day of immortality, which, if you think about it, isn't that far off of the Lord's Day. Anyway, here we are, talking about Sunday. Thanks again to Ma from the Cove for suggesting the days of the week. These have been so much fun for me to research and write, and I hope you've enjoyed hearing about them too. And with that, an act to divide the Indiana Territory into two separate governments had been adopted by the U.S. Congress on January 11, 1805, to become effective on June 30, 1805, and so it is that the Michigan Territory was organized on this date. Charles Blondin is one of those fascinating historical figures whose real life almost sounds fictional. The fact that he would stop halfway across a rope suspended over Niagara Falls to cook an omelet or carry someone on his back still amazes people more than 160 years later. He clearly understood that audiences came not just to see him succeed, but to marvel at just how much he dared to risk. Born Jean-Francois Gravelet in France in 1824, he became one of the world's most celebrated tightrope walkers, famous for his daring crossings of the Niagara Falls. His remarkable balance, confidence, and flair for showmanship captivated audiences throughout Europe and North America, and on June 30th, 1859, he crossed the Niagara Falls on a tightrope. Away from the spotlight, Blondin's personal life was just as eventful. He married 3 times and was the father of 8 children. His first marriage began in France before he moved to America. They had 3 children, and while still legally married, he entered into a second marriage in the United States. That second marriage produced 5 children. Later in life, after suffering a serious back injury, he married yet again the nurse who cared for him during his recovery. Charles Blondin continued performing well into his 70s before retiring and passed in 1897 from complications of diabetes. He was 72 at the time of his passing. Charles Blondin. On June 30th, 1864, President Abraham Lincoln granted Yosemite Valley to California for public use, resort, and recreation. This is the birthday of singer-songwriter Larry Joel Henley, born June 30th, 1937 in Odessa, Texas. His mother and aunts were country singers, and he originally aspired to be an actor, moved to California in 1957. He won a talent show, got a few gigs. Performing can be a tough biz, though, and after a few years of struggling, he moved to Shreveport to work in the oil fields. His brother-in-law then, on the basis that Larry had enjoyed some success as a singer out in California, convinced Larry to join a local house band. He recorded a few solo records, and once discovered by Mercury Records, called themselves the New Beats. Larry discovered that he could do a pretty impressive falsetto, got a hit, which we'll talk about in a minute. The New Beats toured for a few years, releasing their last single in 1974. Larry became a staff songwriter for Tree International Publishing in Nashville and co-wrote many songs that became hits, including Wind Beneath My Wings. He won a Grammy for that one. Larry Henley was inducted into the Nashville Songwriters Hall of Fame in 2012. Sadly, he developed Parkinson's and dementia and passed in December of 2014. He was 77 at the time of his passing. Larry Henley. Today's song is Bread and Butter by the New Beats. Released in 1964, Bread and Butter was the breakthrough hit for the American vocal trio, the New Beats, and remains the group's signature song. Written by Larry Parks and Jay Turnbow, the catchy tune was originally recorded as a demo to help the trio land a recording contract with Hickory Records. The label liked it so much they asked the group to record it professionally, launching a hit that would define their career. The song is instantly recognizable for its simple 2-chord piano introduction and Larry Henley's falsetto. Its lighthearted lyrics and infectious melody connected with audiences, propelling it to number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100, where it was held out of the top spot only by 2 legendary songs, The House of the Rising Sun by the Animals and Oh, Pretty Woman by Roy Orbison. Bread and Butter also became an international success, reaching the top 15 in the United Kingdom and the top 10 in Australia, while selling more than 1 million copies in the United States and earning a gold record. Bread and Butter has also enjoyed a long afterlife in popular culture, appearing in films, television shows, commercials, and advertising jingles, and has even been covered by such artists as Devo. Over 6 decades after its release, the upbeat sound and memorable chorus of this song have confirmed its status as one of the most memorable pop hits of the 1960s. Bread and Butter by the New Beats, link in the description. How about that? Now, just a reminder again that I'm going to be very busy this week, possibly longer, so I'll probably be off camera, have minimal editing on these videos, or bring you reruns. And I thank you so very, very much for your indulgence and loyalty. For today's quote, I thought this one paired nicely with the piece on Charles Blondin, the tightrope walker, but is certainly applicable in many other areas of life as well, and it is, only those who risk going too far can possibly find out how far one can go. T.S. Eliot. Alrighty, y'all take care. Be good to each other. I'll see you when I see you.
Much love, Vicki B. Thank you so much for the Staying History every day. We super duper appreciate you. Please make sure that you are following Vicki on all the platforms that she streams to. Check out the Buy Her a Coffee, and I hope you are up to a dope-ass Tuesday and positive vibes, and much love to everything you've got going on.
Absolutely. I can't believe how long it's been since you started showing the videos and then to actually getting the Vicki B's.
Good morning, Amber. Yeah, it's been a dope ride. That's for damn sure. I love the This Day in History every morning. The show wouldn't be the morning show without it, for sure.
So I had a friend from high school, kind of reconnected with him like a few years ago, right? And he's sending me pictures of his vacation. And the sunrise reminded me of this quick story. So he's in Miami, right? And I was like, oh yeah, nice pictures. And then he sends me this random picture of a hotel, right? And I'm like, oh yeah, okay. Like, why are you sending me the side of a building? He's like, dude, that's where that scene in Scarface was from. I was like, oh, shit.
I just watched that movie the other day.
I was like, okay, dude, like, can I get a copy of that picture?
Yes, that is a real hotel.
Yeah, he was like right across the street, like where the car was parked. I was like, oh,
I think that room is like museumed now.
Oh, yeah. I would. Fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I'd just stand there. I'd be like, yeah, okay, cool.
All right, our song of the day, everybody. Cheers. Cheers.
Cheers. Right back.
Want some whiskey in your water, sugar in your tea? What's all these crazy questions they're asking me? This is the craziest party that could ever be. Don't turn on the lights, cause I don't want to see. Mama told me not to come. Mama told me not to come. That ain't the way that I know. Open up the window, let some air into this room. I think I'm almost choking from the smell of stale perfume. And that cigarette you're smoking, I'll scare me up to death. Open up the window, sucker, let me catch my breath. Mama told me not to come. Mama told me not to come. That ain't the way to have fun, son. That ain't the way to have fun. She said, oh, yeah. Radio is blasting, someone's knocking at the door. I'm looking at my girlfriend, she passed out on the floor. I've seen so many things I ain't never seen before. Don't know what it is, I don't want to see no more. Mama told me not to come. Mama told me not to come. She said, that ain't the way to have fun, son. That ain't the way to have fun, no. Mama told me, mama told me, mama told me, mama told me. That's the way to have fun, oh yeah, yeah. Mama told me not to come, mama told me. Mama told me, that ain't the way to have fun, no. That ain't the way to have fun, son. That ain't the way to have fun, love it here. That ain't the way to have fun, son. Listen to me, listen to me. That ain't the way to have fun. That ain't the way to have fun, somebody tell me. That ain't the way to have fun, no. That ain't the way to have fun, son. My little cool, my little cool, my little cool.
Yeah, that is such a fun song. I love that song. What has everybody got planned for their Tuesday? I got a few things to work on around here. Token tunes tonight. Stoner Roulette this afternoon. Yvonne is our trophy holder this week.
Oh shit. Yeah, a couple of things to catch up on, some laundry, mostly work laundry. Yeah, probably relax, play some basketball, play some video games. Got the
Hey, good morning, Mama Roo.
got a Mario versus Sonic Olympics games for the Switch.
Oh shit, okay.
Yeah, it's actually really cool. It was like, okay, so yesterday was some kind of pink Sonic character versus Waluigi, which is
Waluigi.
what the I hate that so much. I honestly, I love you, Nintendo, but what the fuck? Like Wario again.
Waluigi.
What the fucking
Why didn't they just call him Waluigi, and then they could have given him a board, and it would have been a Waluigi board. But
was Waluigi too hard? Waluigi just W with where the L was? Like, what the heck, man? I'm just saying. Ask people before you make decisions. Sometimes Nintendo. That's all I'm saying.
Other times it's okay.
People. Yeah, Family Feud ain't got no problem fucking surveying 100 people. Fucking,
and then they don't even know that's not even the right way. Like none of the 100 people said that.
Yeah, man, I gotta talk to Steve Harvey.
Yeah. We do have our morning speaker coming up. We do have timeline Tuesday. It is 1961 this morning.
Damn.
We are 8 minutes out from med time. We'll play another song and see where we're at with the morning.
Cheers.
That's such a good goddamn song.
And a good sunrise. I was going to say, welcome to Miami. Again, I'm sorry.
I wish we could play that song.
I know.
Does anybody know who sings the song that we just played? It's a rare. Well, I guess I didn't really know that much of them, but All right, we do have our morning speaker coming up. We'll play a tune and dive on in. But before we do that, if you need any custom embroidery, custom quilt work, signs made, good morning, Cornbread.
Good morning, Cornbread.
Hope you are up to a dope Tuesday morning. Reach out to the one and only Mama Beanz. Much love, Mama Beanz. Thank you for your sponsorship and support. Maybe. There we go.
You see it, folks. That's Mama Beanz, Stitch and Stone.
Here we go.
Welcome to Mama Beanz Stitch and Stone, where art, heart, and craftsmanship come together in every creation. This is more than a business. It's a labor of love, where every piece carries the warmth of human touch and the beauty of handcrafted excellence. At Mama Beanz Stitch and Stone, you'll discover timeless artistry in every stitch, stone, and sign. Each creation is crafted with meticulous precision and boundless creativity, transforming ordinary materials into extraordinary keepsakes that tell your unique story. As a mother, grandmother, and artist, she approaches each project with a unique blend of technical mastery and emotional depth, ensuring every piece becomes a cherished heirloom that speaks directly to the heart. Whether you're commemorating a milestone, decorating your home, or giving a gift that truly matters, Mama Beanz Stitch and Stone will work closely with you to bring your vision to life with the care and dedication that has made us a beloved part of our community. Mama Beanz Stitch and Stone, where every stitch tells a story, every stone holds a memory, and every sign marks a moment worth celebrating.
Yes, let's go. If you have any questions on any orders, you can reach out to anybody on the Cove team or reach out to Mama Beanz, and we can help you get your order placed. She does amazing work, and I mean, I am biased. I don't give a fuck. I'll admit it, but she just does do good work. I mean, I'm just saying. My quilt is ridiculous. I love my quilt so much. All right, now we will play a tune and dive on into our morning speaker. It's a good one this morning. Let's go with this one. Cheers, cheers.
It's the time of the season when love runs high. In this time, give it to me easy and let me try with pleasured hands to take you in the sun to promised lands, to show you everyone. It's the time of the season for loving. What's your name? Who's your daddy? Is he rich like me? Has he take us anytime to show you what you need to live? Tell it to me slowly. Tell you what I really want to know. It's the time of the season for loving. What's your name? Who's your daddy? Is he rich like me? Has he taken anytime to show you what you need to live?
That's such a great song. All right, this morning's morning speaker, we're going to listen to a Dr. K. Hope everybody's having a dope, totally terrific twisted taco. Jesus Christ. Totally terrific twisted cat turkey taco token tunes. Time on Tuesday morning. All right, here we go.
I quit porn, gaming, and every dopamine hit, and now nothing makes me happy anymore. Has anyone else felt that void? So one of the most bizarre lessons I've learned working in addiction psychiatry is sobriety does not fix addiction. You know, when I was like training, I would have patients who would fucking shoot up heroin, and I was in Boston, so there was a lot of K2 usage, which is like synthetic marijuana, right? So a lot of opioid addiction, a lot of K2 addiction, a lot of Adderall addiction, marijuana addiction, alcohol addiction, right? And so like we have this idea that, okay, so if you're using substances and it's messing up your life, the way to fix that is to stop using substances. And like makes sense, like sobriety is great. But then I had like a problem with my patients, or my patients had a problem, which is that even after they do all the behavioral stuff to to attain sobriety, sometimes they're left like this, which is like, yes, I'm sober. And being sober is like better than using, because when I was using, my life was a mess. I was homeless, like, you know, running out of money, on probation at work. Like I had nowhere to live. Like I was bumming money off of people, and like, you know, my parents, like I was like bad to move back in with my parents. And like, so life, when you're like a bad addict, my life was empty. I wasn't progressing in life. I have all these goals. I'm not moving towards them. I'm kind of stuck in this fucking mess. And so it's like, okay, bro, get sober. But then people get this other problem, which is after they're sober, life doesn't feel fun. And so like in some ways it's better to be sober, but it's also like there's something missing when you're sober. The joy, the zest, everything feels gray. It's just not as fun. And so there's almost this like post-sobriety depression that some of my patients would go through. And this is where I love neurobiology perspectives on addiction and stuff like that. But this is where I think there's some cool stuff from the field of psychology. And this is not just a problem with people who become sober. So I don't know if you guys had this kind of growing up. So I grew up in a small town in Texas, and there were people who like peaked in high school. Like this guy was like, you know, homecoming king, quarterback for the high school football team, kind of peaked in high school, sort of went to college, got a scholarship, wasn't good enough, sort of washed out. And then he's like trying to reclaim that former glory. Another good example of this is someone who gets caught up with the one who got away. Had a relationship, everything was fine. The relationship ends, this person moves on with their life, and my patient is stuck. They can't move on. So this is like a problem where, I don't know if this kind of makes sense. Some human beings have something in their life that they really love. And then when that thing ends, they feel empty. And so we're going to talk about fundamentally moving on. So if you're someone who has difficulty moving on, right? And by sobriety, and this is like kind of what I mean about addiction is, and y'all kind of know what I'm talking about if you've been addicted to something, which is that like the high of that thing is so fucking good, and you go chasing it. Even after you're sober, you're like, how do I find that zest? And people will tell me, and I have patients who do all the right stuff, right? I'm telling them, meditate, because meditate brings joy and inner peace. Meditate more, you'll find bliss. Blissed out, baby. Let's get blissed. Oh. Right? And people used to do like LSD or psilocybin or things like that. And they're like, hey, I've heard that meditation can have these spiritual experiences too. So let me try that. Let me go to Dr. K, and Dr. K is going to teach me this esoteric meditation. And then I'm going to have these spiritual experiences. And then it'll be like I'm back to LSD or psilocybin without having LSD or psilocybin. The core thing is you want to go back to that thing, that feeling. And then the problem is you look for other things, right? You're like, how do I find joy without drugs? Like, what game is going to scratch that itch? And nothing does. No person lives up to the one who got away, right? Some studies show that crystal meth. You guys want to know why people get addicted to crystal meth? It increases dopamine transmission by 1,000 to 10,000 times normal dopamine transmission in your pleasure circuits in the brain. And then we're looking for something like that. When people hear about our coaching program, their first response is usually, why would I work with another human being when I can watch YouTube videos all on my own? Working with a coach is about amplifying your time and effort. We're great at wanting things and even making some progress, but we usually struggle with follow through or have some kind of setback. And that's exactly where working with a coach can help. Coaches provide personalized support to help you set appropriate goals, make progress, and even work through setbacks. Just let us know what your goals are, what kind of support you're looking for, and we'll match you with the best coach for your unique needs. Check out the link in the description below to see if coaching is right for you. This is a weird, fundamental, psychological thing. But if you are someone who's fundamentally stuck and looking for life to have zest, we're going to go back to our boy, the one, the only, the Sigmund. Okay? This is from his original paper of Mourning and Melancholia. And I want to read y'all something, okay? So I'll explain this because it's Freudian language, which is hard to understand. Reality testing has shown that the loved object no longer exists, and it proceeds to demand that all libido shall be withdrawn from its attachments to that object. The demand arouses understandable opposition. It is a matter of general observation that people never willingly abandon a libidinal position, not even indeed when a substitute is already beckoning them. Let's talk about libidinal energy. Here's you. So here is the object. Let's say winning at being Gamba, THC, meth. So here's like, okay, this is like some fucking fundamental psychological stuff, okay? But I really want to try to explain it, and I'm going to try. So here's you, and here's some object outside of you. And then what happens is this object brings you joy. So then what happens is you invest in this object. You have this fundamental energy. So the libidinal energy is the energy of like enjoyment and emotional investment. So if you guys think about something that you're like addicted to, you're emotionally invested. You have a relationship with that thing, right? So it's like the game or the gambling or the weed is how I feel alive. It's how I feel joy. Like I'm invested in this thing. This thing is the source. It's where I put my joyful energy and my emotional engagement, right? And I don't know if this kind of makes sense, but when you're like really into drugs, there's all kinds of other shit that you're just not invested in. There's your job, there's your family, sometimes there's even your lover, right? And you're just not, it's not where your mind is, it's not where your energy is, it's not where your investment is. You're just like, you're a fucking addict. So this is what you're thinking about all the time. Now, here's the really messed up thing. When this thing goes away, and this paper is about mourning and melancholia, right? So he's talking about mourning. So this can even be a person. So this can be, my glory days as a football star. This can be the one who got away. All this stuff is kind of the same. It is the fundamental energy of investment into a thing, the thing that we get attached to, the thing that brings us joy and pleasure. Do y'all see how this is like all kind of one thing? Now, here's the problem. When this thing goes away, when this person dies, when the football career ends, the one who got away gets remarried, even though this thing is gone, our emotional energy is still stuck in this pipeline because you think about it. And then once these things are gone, we look for other things. Like, okay, meditation. Can I get meditation to fit in here? We look for, fundamentally, we always look for a replacement of that thing. That's the key thing. We want to replace that thing. We don't want something else. We only want that thing. I'm looking for my former glory. I don't want a new glory. I want the former glory. I don't want to listen. I don't want to enjoy music in this way, in this white noise way. I want to enjoy music in that way. Like the feeling of drugs when they hit, baby. You know what I'm talking about? When it hits. When it hits and you are in for a good time. Fuck yeah. Chasing the dragon. Oh my God, it's been so long since I've been sober. Oh my God, I've been sober for 6 months and I relapsed. Oh, thank God. let's go. Oh my God, all my receptors are back to baseline. I have no tolerance anymore. Oh my God, I relapsed. It feels so fucking good. Even when I was sober, right? I was still attached to this. I was looking for the replacement, baby. I was looking for the replacement and nothing. I tried to get this thing to fit in there and it didn't fucking fit. And I tried to get this thing to fit and it does fit inside, but it's only this small. I want this whole space, man. Come on. I want that love again, right? So even though we're sober, even though we're single, even though we're healthy, our fundamental investment is still here. Make sense? So the demand arouses an understandable opposition. It is a matter of general observation that people will never willingly abandon a libidinal position. Okay? What does that mean? That means that once this shit is over here, I'm not going to give this up. I don't want to give this up. Because if I abandon this position, then all this stuff is just in here and this doesn't feel good. There's no libidinal attachment to anything. Like it's just empty, right? So I want to find a replacement. I don't want to just have nothing because I have no attachment over here, no attachment over here, no attachment over here. So it's just like if I just give up drugs, then I've got nothing. The opposition can be so intense that turning away from reality takes place and clinging to the object through the medium of a hallucinatory wishful psychosis. Now, what the hell does that mean? That means that even though we know this is gone, right? Oh, like the one that got away, he's married now. This is gone and never coming back. We are still hoping. We are still looking for a substitute, even though it's gone. Even though it's gone, even though we're sober now, we're still hunting for something in here. We don't want to give it up. You guys know what I mean? Like if you're sober, you still don't want to give it up. And this is why people say, hi, my name is Alok. I'm an alcoholic. My last drink was 32 years ago, and I'm still an alcoholic. What does that mean? Is it a neurobiological genetic predisposition to get addicted to alcohol? Sure. But it is also this. It is also this. Normally, respect for reality gains the day. Nevertheless, its orders cannot be obeyed all at once. They are carried out bit by bit at great expense of time and cathartic energy. And in the meantime, the existence of the lost object is psychically prolonged. Okay, we'll explain what this means. This is the key sentence. Each single one of the memories and expectations in which libido is bound to the object is brought up in hypercathected, and then detachment of the libido is accomplished in respect of it. Okay, what the hell does that mean? So let's just pick marijuana. When I form a libidinal attachment to marijuana, okay, so like I'm fucking invested, like, yeah, let's go. We think that when we're sober, this is gone, but it's not gone. I'll tell you, this thing is actually 1,000 things. It's the sound of music. It is the joy of video games. And it's also different kinds of joy. It's a MOBA. It's an FPS. It's a story-based game. It's a cutscene, right? And it's different kinds of music. It's appreciating reggae, appreciating Snoop Dogg, appreciating maybe classical, right? And it's also feeling normal.
Hey, good Wednesday morning, Kimmy. Hope you are having a great start to your day. We were just hanging out listening to our morning speaker, Dr. K. Here we go. This is a really good one. I was a terrible addict in my 20s.
Instead of socially anxious. It's being able to lay down and enjoy falling asleep. You guys get me? What we get invested in is not a substance. It's not a joint. It's not a gummy. It's not a pill. What we get invested in is all of these experiences. And there are so many of them. And so we think we've conquered the thing. It's a way of life. Beautifully put. It is. It is a way of living. And if it is a way of life, it is a person. It is your way of life. Then what happens is not only, I like this, it's a way of life, because all of this stuff, when we lose it, gets internalized, this is what Freud says, into the ego. So here's the example that Freud gave with mourning. So when there's a person that we lose, and let's say we love this person and we're angry with this person. What happens is we kind of polarize them. We have all the love for the lost person over here, right? Because we don't speak ill of the dead, right? Because when people die, they become saints. And so all of this anger towards this person has nowhere to go, and it becomes internalized. So all of this emotional energy, which includes love and anger, they can't receive it anymore, so it actually comes into us. So when we lose marijuana, or we lose fentanyl, or we lose gambling, we lose we lose a part of ourselves. Like, we get tied to that loss. Like, that person is gone. That person who was riding high and on top of the world, that person is gone. So here's the tricky thing. What we need to do is something called decathexis. So this energy needs to be withdrawn and pulled back into us. And when we do this, we have nowhere for the libidinal energy to go. We have nowhere for the emotional investment to go. So this life is gray. You may think like, oh, when my libidinal energy is within me, does that mean that I feel fulfilled? No, it's actually not. It just has nowhere to go. So when we kind of go back to this passage for a second, they are carried out bit by bit at great expense of time and cathectic energy. And in the meantime, the existence of the lost object is physically prolonged. So what does this mean? This means that this process, remember this over here,
Hey, good morning, Mary Windex Jane. How are you? I hope you are having a dope Tuesday morning. We are just hanging out listening to our morning speaker, Dr. K, this morning. He's talking about addiction, and this is such a fucking good one. I hope everybody's enjoying it. I hope everybody's having a dope start to their Tuesday. And here we go.
So each of these happens one step at a time. So, okay, I'm going to give up MOBAs. And then I get a little bit of cathectic energy back. And then I'm going to give up FPS. And then I get a little bit back. And then I'm going to give up story-based games. And then I get a little bit back. And then I'm going to give up, oh my God, feeling normal. Oh, a little bit back. And if you guys have experienced mourning, you kind of know what I'm talking about, right? Because you don't, like, the person is dead, but you mourn them in slices. I'm still mourning my dad. Because my dad, he passed away the year I got into medical school, and he was so happy that I finally got into medical school, and he's like, Loki would be a great doctor one day. And then sometimes when I get accolades for the work that I do, I really miss my dad. So these things, right? So and if you've been addicted to something, you kind of know, because it's like death by 1,000 cuts. It's like this thing has changed and now this thing has changed. So I'll give you all an example. So I have a patient who's addicted to alcohol, and alcohol, it's not just giving up alcohol. It's giving up barbecues. It's giving up happy hours. It's giving up boozy vacations at all-inclusive resorts. It's giving up cruise ships. It's giving up a nice glass of wine when you're touring through Napa Valley. It's giving up when your friends travel to France and bring you a bottle from the Bordeaux region of France, and they bring you a beautiful gift. It's giving up going to Vegas with your boys. It's giving up having a beer at a football game. It's giving up such a large part of life. And we don't want to give those things up, right? So when Freud says the demand arouses understandable opposition, we don't want to pull back. It is a matter of general observation that people will never willingly abandon a libidinal position, not even indeed when a substitute is beckoning them. So Freud says, even if you've got an alternative, you don't want to give it up. You don't want to give up barbecues and football games and feeling frisky and going to Vegas with your boys. You don't want to give all that up. Like, that's what life is. And this is the problem when we don't give it up, because then it has nowhere else to go, right? So it's hard to give up, and it has to be given up 1,000 different ways. And the most important thing is giving it up means entering this state.
Good birthday. Happy Tuesday morning. I hope you are having a wonderful start to your day. I'm pretty sure it's your birthday today, Mrs. Smoka. Happy birthday. And we are just hanging out listening to our morning speaker, Dr. K, this morning. I hope everybody's enjoying it. We do have our Timeline Tuesday segment coming up after this, so don't go nowhere unless you got shit to do. And I am not in any position to tell anybody what to do with their lives, but we are enjoying our morning speaker. Well, I am. I don't want to speak for anybody else. Yeah, I mean, who knows? Somebody might be like, this is bullshit. It might be. Here we go.
The state of gray. Truly giving it up. And that's what needs to be done. Once that libidinal energy is back within you, once it's truly been withdrawn, there's absolutely a gray zone. But now you can form a new connection. Now a thread can go over here, and now a thread can go over here, and now a thread can go over here, and now.
Hi, Smoka. Hope you're having a wonderful morning. Good morning, Deb. You're having a wonderful morning. We're just hanging out listening to our morning speaker, Dr. K, this morning. I hope everybody's enjoying it. Here we go.
Now a thread can go over here. And then life can start to have joy. But this object is different. And this object is different. There's never going to be this object again. But you can have other objects. And here's the key thing. The joy, this is the hard part, where hopefully it makes sense now. The joy from drugs doesn't technically come from the drug. It comes from your libidinal investment in the thing. This is where the joy comes from, not the drug itself. And I'll give you all an example, right? Because I'm a gaming addict. You guys know, like, when you grieve when a video game ends, right? And then you're looking for that next game. You're looking for that emotional attachment, getting lost in this world that has good mechanics and leveling up and progression. Like, you get swept away. You are in that thing now. And as long as you are making comparisons to that last game, as long as you're making comparisons to that ex-boyfriend, as long as, like, sure, I got an award for making the most money at work in my used car. I'm a used car salesman, and I got an award for getting the highest sales in February of 2026. Whoop-de-fucking-do. Doesn't touch going all in when you have a 4% chance of victory, when you've got 2 outs left and hitting it big. Standing up to the world and saying, oh man, I'm so fucked, and then getting pulled out of that into a victory. Snatching victory from the jaws of defeat. I sold some cars. Whoop-de-fucking-do. It's only whoop-de-fucking-do because your libidinal energy is still in that thing. On some fundamental level, you are still chasing that thing. You've not withdrawn from it. You really haven't given it up. It's absent, but you have not given it up. This is that window in between sobriety and happiness. And so this is the most painful thing, because Freud says it, and it's true, right? We really have to give it up. And that doesn't mean, I don't mean behaviorally, which is an important part of, like, addiction recovery. Like, it helps to be sober to give it up. But even, I've seen cases of decathexis, even when someone is actively using. You can even argue that, so I don't know if this makes sense. This is what's, like, actually really fucking cool. I never thought about this like this before, but this is, I don't know if this makes sense. Okay, so let's say the drug is over here. You have all this libidinal energy towards it. Here's the cool thing. If you give it up, even when the substance is present, now you're not invested in it. And this probably happens, like, I've worked with so many patients who will say, you know, one day I woke up and enough was enough. They psychologically separate first. They say, I'm done. Psychologically, this is over. It's finished. I'm severing my libidinal attachment. I'm done. I'm fucking done. I want it. It hurts. I'm in withdrawal. I've had patients who have had both cancer and been in opiate withdrawal, and they've told me opiate withdrawal is way worse than cancer. I'd rather have cancer and chemotherapy over opiate withdrawal any day of the week. But you sever that attachment first, and then the behavior will disappear. It's so tricky. But here's the key thing. If you are someone who feels like life is gray, life is empty, and nothing brings you joy, sure, there is a dopaminergic neurochemical component that'll balance out within weeks to months. Fine. But for some people, that doesn't even do it. That pull is still there. The siren song is still there. You're still invested in it in your being. You haven't really given it up. And that's what absolutely has to be done on this level. You have to give it up and give it up forever. And then your mind will ask you the question, if I give it up forever, does that mean my life will be empty and gray? And the answer is yes, and you have to do it anyway. You have to accept this as a state of life. Then the libidinal energy will grow within you. You'll feel really bad, and then it'll find another thing to invest in. And the simplest way to put this is you can't fall in love with somebody else until you've truly given up on your ex, right? So simple. You have to make space for other things in your life. And as long as the craving for that first thing is there, as long as that libidinal attachment is there, ain't never going to work. Questions? Oh, I love the question. Okay, what if my ex is my soulmate? If ever I have heard a question that represents a libidinal attachment, it is that one. What is a soulmate? What is the concept of a soulmate? The concept of a soulmate is someone who has all of your libidinal attachment. It is the libidinal attachment that makes the soulmate. Beautiful. You guys see? It's so good, man. Oh my God. I love fucking being with y'all so much, dude. The demand arouses an understandable opposition. It is a matter of general observation that people never willingly abandon a libidinal position, not even indeed when a substitute is already beckoning them. Here you are at work with another soulmate ready to go, who's into you, but what is the concept of the soulmate? The soulmate is what your mind consciously tells you when you have a libidinal attachment to someone else. Beautiful question. Yeah, so what steps can I can take to give up on something? Great question. So a couple of different things. The first is recognize that giving up on something is not multiple steps towards one thing. It is 1,001 step things, right? So your attachment towards a thing is all of the things that it was in your life. How do we mourn? We go through Christmas. We go through birthday. We go through, watching the next season of the show that we were watching together. It's death by 1,000 cuts, except we have to go through it. It's life by 1,000 cuts. That's what it is. That's how you start living again. That sounds, I can't tell if that's social media, tweet, Instagram worthy. Life by 1,000 cuts. So wise. Oh my God, Dr. K, you're so brilliant. Life by 1,000 cuts. But that's what decathexis really is. It's life through 1,000 cuts, 1,000 tiny severings. And this is the brutal part of it, is what you have to do is say, this is gone. Stop looking for a substitute. And then you will feel empty. And so be it. This is what life is. Life is empty now. Life is over. Love is lost. Now, here's the key thing. When life becomes empty, people will take one extra step that will mess them up, which is life is empty forever. Right? And that's what keeps us attached. Okay, let me show you what I mean. Libidinal attachment to object. When we withdraw it, life is empty. And so we don't want it to be empty. Right? We don't want this state. And in the avoidance of this state, we keep it there. That's precisely the absence of mourning. We don't want to be here. And the problem is there's a gap between being here and being here. This may never happen, right? And so when Freud says the order cannot be obeyed at once, they are carried out bit by bit at great expense of time and cathectic energy. So what you have to do is give that up. And then the problem is that so here's the thing, okay? Once you're here, this feels like forever. And since this feels like forever and is intolerable, we end up going back this way. And if y'all have gone through a breakup where like you lost your soulmate, you hopefully, and you bounced back on the other side, what you discovered is that there was a period of time where you thought you would never love again. But then a couple of years go by, you meet someone new and, oh, wow, I can love again. I found my soulmate once in my life, and I'm the luckiest person on the planet because I found my soulmate twice. And that's the problem, right? Is when we're in this state, I don't even know how to explain this. I'm high. The stuff that I used to enjoy feels amplified. The stuff that I used to genuinely love just feels gray and insufferable. You have to be in that state. And then the libidinal energy, this is the cool thing. The libidinal energy won't stay that way forever. It has a natural tendency to go and form attachments with things. But you have to get through that period. That's how you mourn. You give it up, and you don't just stop doing the behavior. That's the whole point of this lecture, is that stopping to do the behavior will leave you gray and sober. You have to accept that gray and sober is a way for life, and you have to accept it wholeheartedly. And then the libidinal attachment will start to go somewhere else.
That was dope. I'm a big believer on you can be addicted to anything and everything. Too much water will kill a motherfucker.
I think it's hard because a lot of people have that, it's either two different ways of trying to quit addiction. It's either cold turkey or, weaning yourself off or some kind of program. And I think there's flaws in all of them because cold turkey kind of sends your body into a shock. Something that I've been through when I quit smoking cigarettes, I want to say 17 years ago, was really hard. And so for me, just a quick story, to help me quit smoking cigarettes, one, I had to stop buying them, which I know sounds funny, but you actually have to be like, no, don't go into that gas station and buy cigarettes. You had to stop hanging out with people who were even smoking cigarettes around you, which kind of sucked because the missus smoked cigarettes. So at first, she thought I was being rude because I would go inside after, smoking a joint with her, right? And then I was like, no, I don't, because I'll just grab a smoke. I'll grab her pack and grab a smoke. You know what I mean? Like, it's your partner. They don't care, right? You just grab a smoke, right? So for about 6 months, I couldn't be around. And then after the 6 months, it got easier. Like he said, I'm going to say the word wrong, libido
energy. Would be like,
no, like what he was saying, that kind of energy gets transferred to something else, but it takes a long time because you're not used to it. Like for me, I had smoked cigarettes for probably almost 20 years before I quit, right? It was 17 years in and I quit, and that's hard. And if I quit smoking weed and dabs now, I'm 31 years into the first time I smoked a joint, right?
I did the typical addiction thing in my 20s, and I just bounced from one addiction to the other. I'm like, I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm going to do this now.
And it's so hard because as from 80s, 90s to 2000s, there was always a replacement for something when you couldn't find something else. Like my friends were always like, oh, we were looking for this, but we found this. And I was like, no. Like,
no, that's not how it works.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm sorry, they're looking for weed or mushrooms. I'm sorry. Like, I personally don't ever go past mushrooms personally, but they would look for weed or mushrooms, find something else like a lot harder. And I'm like, no. No. Like, well, they told me it was no. Like, I don't care if you understand every single Tool album from when you played it backwards. Like, I don't care.
All right, we do have our timeline segment coming up here. We'll play a song or two and dive on in. Cheers, everybody.
Oh, my friend, that's me. Something they didn't understand. I get all the women in the palms of my hand, and I told them, treat her like a lady, treat her like the best you can do. You gotta treat her like a lady, she'll give in to you. Lord, look and see, you know what I mean. I know you've heard that the woman that soon take advantage of you. Let me tell you, my friend, that just ain't no substitute. So you oughta treat her like a lady, the best you can do. You gotta treat her like a lady, she'll give in to you. Lord, look and see, you know what I mean. Oh, you got to love her, tease her, but most of all, you got to be the. You got to hold her and want her and make her feel you always need her. You know a woman is sentimental and so easy to upset her. So make her feel that she's real, and she'll give you happiness. Whoa, strange as it seems, you know you can't you have it. I said it's the easy, simple way. If you fail to do this, don't blame her if she looks my way. Cause I'm gonna treat her like a lady, so affectionately. I'm gonna treat her like a lady. Give him to me, Lord, you can see. You know what I mean? Oh, you gotta treat her like a lady.
I don't know why trains give us some trouble. So we're going to not do that part. What has everybody got going on for their Tuesday? It is the final month, or the final list for June. Super baked this morning.
Easy for you to say, okay? The final fish for this one.
Yeah,
I don't know
what the fuck I'm saying, dude. We should all know that by now.
Yeah, we should. Yeah, it was 1961 today we got coming up.
Hey, much love, Mary Jane. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Thanks for popping in. We'll catch you tonight at the Token Tunes.
Yeah, and don't forget, Stoner Roulette this afternoon.
That too.
Chilling in the Cove.
It's the final month list play June Tune and Toke. Did I say that right?
No, it's a totally terrific Twisted City title. We talked for Token Tunes Tuesday, final of the month, which is dope.
We'll hit him with a 1, 2, 3. Damn it!
It's so good.
It's so good. We'll play one more song and dive into 1961. I hope everybody's having a dope start to their Tuesday. Cheers, everybody. And I know I already played this song, but it was earlier, and I don't give a shit. Cheers.
Son, please beware. There's this thing called love, and it's everywhere. And she told me it can break your heart and put you in misery. Since I met this little woman, I feel it's happened to me, and I'm telling you, it's too late to turn back now. I believe I'm falling in love. It's too late to turn back now. I believe I'm falling in love. I found myself phoning her at least 10 times a day. You know, it's so unusual for me to carry on this way. I tell you, I can't sleep at night, wanting to hold her tight. I tried so hard to convince myself that this feeling just can't be right. And I'm telling you, it's too late to turn back now. I believe I'm falling in love. It's too late to turn back now. I believe I'm falling in love. It's too late to turn back, baby. I believe it's too late, baby. I wouldn't mind it if I knew you really love me too. But I'd hate to think that I'm in love alone and nothing that I can do. Oh, it's too late to turn back now. I believe I'm falling in love. It's too late, baby. I believe I'm falling in love. It's too late to turn back now. I believe I'm falling in love. Oh, baby, I believe I'm falling in love. It's too late to turn back now. I believe I'm falling in love. It's too late.
That's such a good song. Remember, do you know who Tyler Cassidy is? He's like a singer-songwriter.
No.
Okay, so he does like goofy. He's really good, but like goofy kind of. Be safe, Kate. I'm too baked for this shit. Here we go.
I was 22 back in the 90s, up in Ohio's where you could find me. But I'm headed down to New Orleans, and I got two of my friends beside me. We were poor, so we were staying out in Slidell, and I had just got my credit card in my mail. So I got us a rental car that went real fast and drove real far. It was a red Mustang GT, way nicer than my Buick from 1983. It was BA and fast is what I'm feeling hot, and I'm looking for love. So we head down to Pat O'Brien's, and I spot some girls as we stand in line, and I tell this cute girl that I'm pre-med. I could have told her the truth, but I lied instead. Cause I'm not a real doctor, not the kind that gives meds away. I'm a self-proclaimed doctor like Dr. Dre. In New Orleans, I'm just trying to get some love today, and I'll admit it when I say I lied to her. I'm not a real doctor, not the kind that does surgery. I transformed her to a doctor so she flirt with me. Now I know it won't be long before she's deserting me, cause she gon' find out certainly I lied to her. I'm not a real doctor.
That's like a 7-minute song. It's so good, though. Good morning, Rule 5. I mean, CeeLo's. Fuck, I fuck that up all the time. I'm so sorry, bro.
What? Wait, what?
I transformed into a doctor so she'd flirt with me.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah.
Oh, man. All right, Man Bear, can you name any, off the top of your head without cheating, can you name any event that happened from 1961?
The fact that I was negative 22, not much, man.
I don't know if I could have. I don't think I could have. I probably would have been wrong.
Was there like a 1961 Olympics? I don't know.
I don't believe so. That would be on the 4 years.
The two every second and fourth year. I know.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because you get winter every 2, and then summer every 2, and then winter, right?
Yeah.
I think that's how that works. CeeLo's.
Do I look like an Olympian? Olympian?
Yeah.
Oh, is that the right word?
Yeah.
From like a Mount Olympus?
Maybe. All right, everybody, here we go. 1961. Let's fucking go. Here we go.
England has long been famous for its educational establishments. Burgess Hill School is against the carbon copy boarding school product. The right sort of education will channel a child's vitality into creative activities. This sort of painting may be a bit strange, but at least she's having fun.
After 1960 brought South Korea's April Revolution massacre, South Africa's Sharpeville massacre, and the most violent race riot in the history of Mississippi, everyone was hoping 1961 would be a little more chill. It wouldn't. Instead, it brought more riots, more war, and the Soviet Union detonating a 58 megaton yield hydrogen bomb, resulting in the largest man-made explosion in history. At the same time, Breakfast at Tiffany's hit theaters, Adolf Eichmann faced justice for his war crimes, and did somebody say home run chase? So we're going to take you through the news, culture, sports, entertainment, and all that was weird in 1961. Because this is Timeline. Get ready to ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. Because this one is all about 1961. But before we get started, be sure to subscribe to the Weird History channel. And let us know what aspects of the 60s you're most interested to hear about in the comments below. Now, are you ready to learn what happened the year Paul McCartney started playing bass?
That's for sure.
After Fidel Castro seized power in Cuba, the U.S. became concerned he would align himself with the communist bloc.
There is a limit to what the United States in self-respect can endure. That limit has now been reached.
Those suspicions were confirmed when Castro signed a trade agreement with the Soviet Union in early 1960. So, on January 3rd, the U.S. kicked off 1961 by ending diplomatic relations with Cuba. Those relations wouldn't be restored until July of 2015, nearly 50 years later.
Hello, I'm Mr. Ed.
Hello, Sherry. How are you?
What's with the beret and the phonograph? Where'd you get them?
I order them over the telephone. I am thinking of taking the trip around the world.
The only trip you're taking is around the stable.
I'm afraid the girl will have to go quickly.
All right. Today.
Who do you work for?
I don't know. Nobody knows.
Tell us about Keel.
Doctor. Unmarried. Pimlico. We'll go to heaven. Yeah, we'll go to heaven.
On January 11th, segregationists protesting the desegregation of the University of Georgia in Athens rioted over the admission of 2 African-American students, Hamilton E. Holmes and Charlene Hunter. The riot resulted in several arrests, but also the suspension of Holmes and Hunter, which had to be overturned by a court. The two, however, did eventually graduate and found work in their respective fields. In 1960, the Primettes singer Diana Ross asked her friend Smokey Robinson to get her group an audition with Motown Records boss Berry Gordy. Gordy was impressed, but advised the ladies to come back after they finished high school. Undeterred, the group started hanging out at Gordy's studio, and on January 15th, he agreed to sign them, but only if they changed their name. They didn't like any of the names he suggested, but came up with their own, the Supremes. The Broadway musical Dreamgirls, which opened December 20th, 1981, followed the career of the Dreams, a group much like the Supremes, with a lead singer much like Diana Ross. Despite its success, Ross herself had deeply mixed emotions, concerned that people would think the production, which appropriated her image and likeness, but also took dramatic license with events, was an actual portrayal of her life story. After defeating Richard Nixon in the presidential election of 1960, John Fitzgerald Kennedy was inaugurated as the 35th President of the United States on January 20th. Kennedy's inaugural address was devoid of partisan rhetoric and mostly focused on foreign policy. But the part everyone would remember was when he challenged Americans to
ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country.
Walt Disney's wonderful feature-length cartoon, 101 Dalmatians. London's Dalmatian population is missing. Meet the exotic beauty who runs the racket.
My only true love, darling. I live for furs.
Yes, come along to mirthful mystery and comic villainy. Recommended for everyone.
On February 1st, U.S. defense capabilities took a big leap forward when the military test-fired its first Minuteman I intercontinental ballistic missile at Cape Canaveral in Florida.
This represents firepower for the modern Air Force. Named Minuteman for its predecessor, it too is loaded, poised, and ready.
According to the New York Times, the Minuteman was intended to be the Air Force's #1 weapon with an eventual range of 6,300 miles. By all accounts, the test was a massive success. Feeling depressed, actress Marilyn Monroe spoke with psychiatrist Marianne Criss, who advised her to check into the Cornell University Medical Center to rest. After following that advice on February 5th, however, Monroe was instead taken to the psychiatric ward and locked up with the psychotic patients. After 3 days of protest, she was allowed to call her ex-husband, baseball legend Joe DiMaggio, who threatened to tear the place apart with his bare hands if she wasn't released. It worked.
This episode of Timeline is brought to you by
7-function, remote-controlled color television, so beautiful it enhances any decor. Superb cabinetry, master-crafted of the finest woods. The one big feature that sets it apart is an amazing new wireless wizard electronic remote control. A color set that puts RCA Victor years ahead in dependable performance.
On February 21st, NASA's Space Task Group met to decide which of the Mercury 7 astronauts would begin training for the U.S.'s first crewed spaceflight. Flying skills were obviously important, but NASA was also looking at the candidates' technical knowledge, their physical and mental resilience, and their ability to adapt to unexpected conditions.
We are now weightless. Good Lord, what an interesting feeling this is.
Based on those criteria, they eventually settled on 3 men: John Glenn, Virgil Gus Grissom, and Alan Shepard. After his third presidential debate with Nixon in 1960, Kennedy headed to the University of Michigan in Ann Arbor, where he found 10,000 students still waiting to hear him speak at 2 a.m. Kennedy asked them if they would be willing to serve their country by spending years abroad helping a developing nation.
So I come here tonight to go to bed, but I also come here tonight to ask you to join in the effort.
Apparently, he liked the response. because on March 1st, he issued Executive Order number 10924, establishing the Peace Corps.
This corps will be a pool of trained men and women sent overseas by the United States government or through private institutions and organizations to help foreign countries meet their urgent needs for skilled manpower. I'm hopeful that it will be a source of satisfaction to Americans and a contribution to world peace.
So now Mattel brings you Ken, Barbie's boyfriend.
Mattel's Barbie doll hit shelves on March 9th, 1959, and sales exceeded expectations. So just over 2 years later, on March 11th, they introduced Barbie's male counterpart, Ken.
Ken and Barbie meet for lunch at school, go to fraternity parties, and just relax together.
Named for the son of Barbie's creator, the original Ken had arms that wouldn't bend and hair made from felt. Nonetheless, the toy caught on, and since then he's had over 40 professions, including astronaut, snowboarder, and dentist. It's weird to think that there was a time when people who lived in Washington, D.C., the capital of the United States, didn't have the right to vote for president, but there was. That time, however, ended on March 29th with the ratification of the 23rd Amendment. Despite not being a state, the amendment granted the District of Columbia the right to vote in the election, with a limitation that it can never have more electors than the least populous state. After endorsing violent action in the struggle against apartheid, South African activist Nelson Mandela was arrested in December of 1956 and, along with over 90 others, charged with high treason.
From the very beginning, the African National Congress has fought without hesitation against all forms of racial discrimination, and we shall continue to do so until freedom is achieved.
The treason trial, as it came to be known, would officially begin in August of 1958, and those 60 people would be dropped from the indictment in January of 1959. Mandela would be one of the defendants who had to see it through until he was acquitted on March 29, 1961.
There are many people who feel that it is useless and futile for us to continue talking peace and non-violence against a government whose reply is only savage attacks.
This girl is a young girl that I saw down at a nightclub called the Bonsoir when she was there a couple of months ago. She's never been, to the best of my knowledge, on network television before.
On April 5th, funny girl Barbara Streisand made her television debut on The Jack Parr Show.
Are all your friends in Detroit watching you tonight?
I think so. And I got such beautiful flowers for my friends.
Thank them for the flowers.
Thank you. Where do I thank them?
I don't know.
Over there.
Parr was on vacation that night, so the woman who would be Yentl was introduced by guest host Orson Bean before performing the song A Sleepin' Bee. 6:07 a.m. on April 12th, the Soviet Union took the lead in the space race when it launched the Vostok 1 spacecraft from the Baikonur Cosmodrome. The only one on board was pilot Yuri Gagarin, who would rocket into history as the first human being to ever go into space. At launch, Mission Control told the cosmonaut, "We wish you a good flight. Everything's all right." To which he responded, "Off we go. Goodbye. Until we meet soon, dear friends." On April 17th, Cuban exiles opposed to Fidel Castro attempted an invasion of their homeland. While the CIA staged a diversionary attack elsewhere, the real invasion force landed at several sites, including the Bay of Pigs. Despite being financed by the U.S., however, the invaders proved no match for Cuba's military. By April 19th, the exiles' last stronghold was taken, along with over 1,100 prisoners. The Bay of Pigs invasion, which succeeded only at making Castro a bigger hero to his people, would go down as one of the U.S.'s greatest foreign policy failures.
Have you got your silencer? Yes. Good. Then use it. Shoot the laundry boy.
Captain, this man's insane. Surely you won't let him do this.
Can't stop him. He's in charge. Anyway, I agree with him. Of course, he doesn't have to shoot you. I mean, all he has to do is to call our HQ, and you'll be on the first troop ship home.
Carl Foreman's The Guns of Navarone, the greatest high adventure of our time.
In the summer of 1960, Robert Carrier saw his young son and his friend wetting the painted concrete in a driveway and then sliding around on it. Carrier was immediately concerned for their safety, but also strangely inspired. So the next day, he brought home a 50-foot roll of Naugahyde, laid it in the driveway, and after a little tinkering, he invented the now iconic children's toy, the Slip and Slide, which he patented on May 2nd, 1961. A group of civil rights activists left Washington, D.C. on a bus on May 4th for the first Freedom Ride, looking to challenge southern states that were slow to enforce the Supreme Court's ruling that segregated buses were unconstitutional. The Freedom Riders, themselves a mixed racial group, headed to Louisiana.
We would be very happy to have you embark upon this dangerous, worthwhile, significant mission.
Along the way, the group, which included future Congressman John Lewis, provoked law enforcement and drew violent reactions. They never reached New Orleans, but they did inspire hundreds of others to follow in their footsteps, ultimately winning the desegregation of the buses. The Soviets may have been the first to put a man in space, but the U.S. wasn't far behind. And on May 5th, as 45 million watched on television, Alan Shepard became the second man and first American to head to the stars. Shepard blasted off in the Mercury capsule he named Freedom 7 before making a 15-minute suborbital flight designed to prove his body could tolerate the G-force of liftoff and re-entry.
Freedom 7 is still go. The trajectory is okay. 5.5 pounds per square inch. Oxygen go. All systems go.
The capsule then landed by parachute in the North Atlantic Ocean. The unmitigated success of Alan Shepard's flight in the Freedom 7 was so inspiring to President Kennedy that just 3 weeks later, he would go before a joint session of Congress and promise the world that the U.S. would put a man on the moon by the end of the decade.
I believe that this nation should commit itself to achieving the goal before this decade is out of landing a man on the moon and returning him safely to the earth. But in a very real sense, it will not be one man going to the moon. We make this judgment affirmatively, it will be an entire nation.
After reading about 2 students imprisoned by the Portuguese military dictatorship for toasting to freedom at a restaurant, British lawyer Peter Benenson conceived the Appeal for Amnesty campaign. He then launched it by writing an editorial highlighting the struggles of 8 such forgotten prisoners. The response was so overwhelming that on May 28th, it led to the creation of Amnesty International, a network designed to aid people detained for their beliefs.
This episode of Timeline is brought to you by...
He's excited because he just saw the new Ford Falcon.
This year, the Falcon gives you more power, more luxury, more of everything that has made it the world's most successful new car.
I must say, I'm very impressed.
Radio stations began broadcasting on FM as early as the 1930s, but it would take until 1961 until they could broadcast in FM stereo. That radio station was WGFM of Schenectady, New York. And because it was owned by General Electric, it had the hardware ready to go on the first day such broadcasts were authorized by the FCC, June 1st. On June 3rd, Clarence Earl Gideon was arrested in Florida and charged with breaking and entering. At his arraignment, Gideon insisted that the U.S. Supreme Court said the state must appoint him a lawyer since he couldn't afford one.
Let the record show that the defendant has asked the court to appoint counsel to represent him in this trial.
I thought that was a constitutional right, and I didn't know no different.
But he was wrong, and he was found guilty. He then appealed on the same grounds.
On the grounds that I was made to stand trial without the aid of counsel.
And the Supreme Court decided Gideon was right, unanimously ruling that the Sixth Amendment to the Constitution requires states to provide attorneys for indigent defendants. And speaking of the Supreme Court, just 2 weeks later, they would decide the landmark case of Mapp v. Ohio, holding that the exclusionary rule, which prevents federal prosecutors from using evidence obtained in violation of a defendant's Fourth Amendment protections against illegal search and seizures, also applied to prosecutions by the state.
Night Tide, with its boundless power, ties these two together in a love tainted by strange, sinister terror.
Guess we're all a little afraid of what we love.
Literary titan Ernest Hemingway committed suicide at his home in Ketchum, Idaho, on July 2nd.
He was sick, but he did talk about suicide. You know, his father killed himself with a gun in the same way.
Hemingway, author of books like The Sun Also Rises and The Old Man and the Sea, was a lifelong alcoholic and had recently been treated with electroconvulsive therapy in connection with depression and paranoia. 2 days after being discharged, however, he retrieved his favorite shotgun from the basement of his home, loaded it, put the end in his mouth, and pulled the trigger.
The Hemingway we are talking about did not choose his death.
Yes.
He might have, but he wasn't that man.
On July 4th, the Soviet nuclear submarine K-19 was conducting exercises off the coast of Greenland when its reactor cooling system sprung a leak, causing its pumps to fail. The reactor temperature began to rise, but the ship's radio was damaged, so it could not call for help. With no other options, the captain ordered the engineers to rig up a new cooling system, exposing themselves to deadly radiation in the process. 8 men would die as a result, but they prevented a meltdown. Just over 41 years later, the story of the K-19 would be loosely adapted into the film K-19, The Widowmaker. Loosely based on the events of 1961, the film starred Harrison Ford as the captain.
You needlessly endangered this boat and its crew.
I took this boat and these men to the edge because we need to know where it is.
And despite ratcheting up the drama, it was a box office bomb. As for the title, the nickname Widowmaker was made up for the film. In real life, the nuclear disaster earned K-19 the nickname Hiroshima.
6 Flags over Texas, 6 Flags over Texas.
The first Six Flags was called Six Flags Over Texas, and it opened in Arlington on August 1st. Conceived by real estate developer and oilman Angus Wynn Jr., the park was a temporary way to squeeze a few extra dollars out of a piece of land he planned to turn into an industrial site. But after it made nearly $4 million in his first 18 months, he made it permanent. Today, Six Flags is the world's largest regional theme park company. Despite having a cover date of November 1st, the first issue of the comic book series Fantastic Four actually hit newsstands on August 8th. Created by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby, the issue featured the first appearance of the team, explained how they got their powers, and then saw them join forces to battle the evil Mole Man, who would become one of their regular foes. On August 13th, the East German government started construction on the Berlin Wall, a concrete barrier, complete with prison-like guard towers, that separated West Berlin from East Berlin, as well as the rest of East Germany. Soviet propaganda claimed the wall was intended to protect the citizens of East Germany from fascist elements, but its actual function was to prevent those citizens from escaping to the West. To appease citizens demanding political reforms, the East German government made some minor changes to travel regulations. Those changes were announced on the evening of November 9th by Politburo spokesman Gunter Schabowski. But Schabowski misstated them in a way that made it sound like East Germans were free to travel to the West immediately.
As I understand it, it goes into effect immediately, without delay.
Crowds gathered at the Berlin Wall demanding the gates be opened, and the overwhelmed guards eventually yielded to their demands. The evening would become known as the night the Berlin Wall fell.
Only in the professionally suspicious mental process of the district attorney's office is there need for a more sinister explanation.
Come on, Dad, seriously. Don't you wish you could know whether a client is really innocent?
Many times, I'd rather not know. If I did, I wouldn't be able to do my job.
Fran Tarkenton was a third-round pick in the NFL's 1961 draft, and he went to the Minnesota Vikings, a brand new franchise that would play their first game against the Chicago Bears on September 17th. Quarterback George Shaw started that game, but when he proved ineffective, Tarkenton came off the bench and made history, becoming the first quarterback ever to throw 4 touchdown passes in their first game.
This episode of Timeline is brought to you by...
Well, that's enough for today. Now for a lively lift. Ice-cold Coca-Cola. There's no waistline worry with Coke, you know. Actually, this individual-sized bottle has no more calories than half a grapefruit. Another thing, the cold, crisp taste of Coke is so satisfying, it keeps me from eating something else that might really add those pounds. Oh, and remember, Coke is low in calories, too. Say, now, don't you get any thinner.
On September 19th, married couple Betty and Barney Hill were in their car when they saw a bright light in the sky. The object's strange movements convinced them to stop for a closer look. And, using binoculars, they observed a flying saucer piloted by humanoid creatures. In the subsequent days, they would come to believe they were abducted and experimented on by aliens. Their story drew massive media coverage, marking what is now regarded as the first highly publicized alien abduction claim. And speaking of outer space, on September 19th, NASA official James E. Webb informed the media that the agency would be constructing a new manned spacecraft center in Texas, just southeast of Houston. The $60 million facility would become the nerve center of NASA spaceflight operations and would forever be known by the nickname Houston, as in...
Houston, we've had a problem. You don't leave much when you miss, do you, Fat Man? That's what the game's all about. You know, I got a hunch, Fat Man. I got a hunch it's me from here on in. 1 ball, corner pocket. Can that ever happen to you? And all of a sudden you feel like you can't miss? Because I dreamed about this game, Fat Man. I dreamed about this game every night on the road. 5 ball.
For baseball fans, 1961 was all about the home run chase between Mickey Mantle and Roger Maris. The two were both paced to break Babe Ruth's long-standing record of 60 homers in a season. The only question was, who would do it first? Turns out, it would be Maris, who hit the record-breaking number 61 off Red Sox pitcher Tracy Stoller in the fourth inning of a game at Yankee Stadium on October 1st.
A new breed. Tonight's episode, Lady Killer, starring Leslie Nielsen, co-starring Martin Balsam, Robert Redford, with special guest star Anne Francis.
You better keep an eye on him.
Then he's not really sick.
Well, there are symptoms.
What symptoms?
Well,
Come on, I'm the boy's father.
he turned down his cupcake.
He turned down his cupcake? And you didn't call an ambulance?
Imagine how terrified you'd be if the president appeared on television to tell you it might be a good idea to build a nuclear fallout shelter at your home. Well, on October 6th, in the wake of the Cuban Missile Crisis, President Kennedy did just that, advising Americans to build shelters to protect themselves against radiation in the event of a nuclear war with the Soviet Union, emphatically adding, the time to start is now.
I'm going home now and take a nice, long bubble bath. I got a date with Nardo after the Rumble. What Rumble? Nardo Sharks and those boys at the dance. They fight each other tonight? Don't play Patsy.
Widely considered one of the most important novels of the 20th century, Joseph Heller's Catch-22 was released November 11th. The novel, which follows a U.S. Army bombardier during World War II, examines the absurdities of war and life in the military. It is, however, most famous for its titular paradox, which refers to a problem for which the only solution is denied by a circumstance inherent in the problem or by a rule. Michael Rockefeller was the great-grandson of Standard Oil co-founder John D. Rockefeller, and he was an explorer. On November 17th, while canoeing between villages in New Guinea, his boat capsized. Rockefeller and his companion clung to the sinking boat as long as they could, but Rockefeller eventually decided to swim for shore. Despite rumors he was killed by natives, his fate remains unknown. Beyond that, he was last seen alive on November 19th. Thalidomide was released in 1957 and marketed as a cure for morning sickness in pregnant women. As it turned out, however, it could cause serious birth defects. Between 10 and 20,000 newborns were believed to have been affected, 40% of which died at or just after birth. Once thalidomide was identified as the cause, West Germany became the first nation to withdraw it from the market on November 23rd. Despite receiving an F for the composition in his high school music class, songwriter Brian Wilson opted to record Surfin' and release it as the Beach Boys' first single on November 27th. The song, which tapped into California's surfing culture, would be a huge success, launching the career of one of the most famous bands of all time and prefiguring their later hits like Surfin' Safari and Surfin' USA. 58 years after getting an F in class for the song that would start him on the way to becoming a rock and roll legend, Beach Boys' Brian Wilson returned to his alma mater at Hawthorne High School in Los Angeles. And while he was there, the school's then principal, Dr. Vanessa Landesfein, reversed his old music teacher's evaluation, officially giving Wilson an A on his history-changing composition.
You got me an A?
Yeah, I gave you an A.
What was the grade before?
Here's an F.
If you're wondering whether Elvis's popularity fully recovered after his stint in the Army, well, the soundtrack for his 1961 film Blue Hawaii, which includes his timeless rendition of Can't Help Falling in Love, was released on October 20th. It hit number 1 on December 11th, and there it would stay for 20 consecutive weeks, finishing the decade as the second best-selling soundtrack, behind only West Side Story.
I'm going to have a headache.
Finally, on December 11th, the carrier USNS Core arrived in Saigon with 400 U.S. Army personnel and the first U.S. helicopter unit to be sent. Those helicopters were charged with airlifting South Vietnamese troops into combat, marking the beginning of the U.S.'s direct involvement in the Vietnam War. And that's how 1961 ended, with the Beach Boys on their way to stardom, NASA on its way to Houston, and the U.S. on its way to a quagmire. And the only thing that seemed sure about the 60s was that absolutely anything might happen. See you soon for 1962. So what do you think? And which of these items did you find most interesting? Let us know.
Yes, that was fucking great. I love the timeline segments.
Absolutely.
We'll play a song to your Arthur morning.
Actually, members got to get going, actually. But it's been wonderful. Make sure you all spread some love and positivity. Something nice for yourself, something nice for your friends. And make sure you all hang out with this amazing friend, make some clouds with him, and make sure you are all around for the Cove-TV chilling in the Cove this afternoon, 4 p.m. Eastern. And we got the totally terrific Twisted Titty Tie Trippy Talk with Token Tunes Tuesday, last of June's playlist tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern. Hope to see you all there. Much love, everybody. Have a good day.
Much love, man, bear.
Love you guys.
Cheers.
What would you do if I sang out of tune? Would you stand up and walk out on me? Lend me your ears and I'll sing you a song. I will try not to sing out of key. Yeah. Oh, baby, how do all I need is my brother. I say I'm gonna get high. Oh, yeah. What do I do when my love is away? Does it worry you to be alone? No. How do I feel at the end of the day? Are you sad 'cause you're on your own? I tell you, don't get sad no more. Gonna get down and I'm afraid. Hey, I'm gonna try. Keep on getting high. Someone to love. Could it be anybody? All I need is someone. Not just where I'm going, yeah. Somebody knows what I'm showing. Baby, said I'm gonna make it with my friends. Certain it happens all the time, yeah. What do you see when you turn out the light? I can't tell you, but it sure feels like midnight. Don't you know I'm gonna make it with my friends? I promised myself I'd get by. Said I'm gonna try it with them too hard. Yes, I'm gonna get on back. I'm gonna take them all along. I'm gonna take them all along with me.
For real, fucking Sonic's Freezies or slushy shits, so good. They're just ridiculous. They're so packed with flavor. Oh, alright, folks, probably smoke one more and call it a morning show. I hope everybody has had a dope-ass, totally terrific Twisted Tie-Dye Turkey Taco Taco Tuesday morning. Don't miss out on Roulette this afternoon. Yeah is our trophy holder. Don't miss out on Token Tunes tonight. Those I won't see you this afternoon or tonight. I will see you tomorrow morning. Cove-TV Morning Show, 8 a.m. Eastern Time every single day of the week. Come hang out and get baked and watch the sunrise. And if you need any custom embroidery or any quilting work done or anything like that, please reach out to the one and only Mama Beanz. Much love, Mom, and thank you for your sponsorship and support. Please make sure you're following everybody on the Cove team. Make sure you're following everybody you're hanging out with, and hope everybody's off to a dope-ass Tuesday. Thanks for hanging out and watching the show. Great timeline segment. Much love, Vicki B. Great Dr. K. And we'll see you guys this afternoon. Cheers, and much love, everybody. Drive safe, everybody driving. Love you, Kinley. Much love, everybody. Have a wonderful rest of your day. We'll see you later this afternoon for roulette in this bitch. Womp, womp, womp.